Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. It's episode 522 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Big news today. These are the updated, confirmed dates for Warner Brother DC films that are expected to go to theaters. Of course, the whole coronavirus situation, COVID-19, a lot of delays in production. So we kind of expected this to happen. Well, there'll be also delays when the movies come out as well. So these are updated confirmed dates from DC movies. Right now, Wonder Woman 1984 is still slated for August 14th. The Suicide Squad is slated for August 6th, 2021. The Batman is pushed back October 1st, 2021. Black Adam, December 22nd, 2021. The Flash, move up. Yeah, The Flash actually moves up a month to June 3rd, 2022. Shazam 2 pushes back to November 2022. And Aquaman 2 to December 16, 2022. So naturally, Aquaman 2 in December date is proved to be very successful last time around, so might as well. I like that Shazam 2 is more in November, because if it's anything like the family movie, it'll be pretty perfect for like a Thanksgiving or even a Christmas type film. So I'm liking that so far. The Batman to October rather than a summer movie, I kind of like that. It kind of, I don't know, it makes sense. October, like Batman, Halloween, and what they're saying, it's like the long Halloween. That kind of makes sense too. So I wouldn't, I'm not surprised by that, and I think that should have been the way to go to begin with. The Flash moving up, though, that's interesting, and people are saying because it's trying to get out of the way of Captain Marvel movie too. So yeah, possibly, but that's a good thing. I mean, I thought it was going to be pushed back a bit, but moving up is, it's not too bad. I can't wait to see what that goes with that. Wonder Woman 1984, though, I'm kind of wondering if that's not gonna stay at that date. I'm kind of wondering if that's probably gonna be pushed back again, unfortunately, because it's already end of April. It's gonna be May. I don't think they're gonna hammer out this COVID-19 that fast, and I think they're going to really want to make that theater bucks with Wonder Woman 1984. In fact, Connie Nelson had something similar to add to that, and I'm going to play it for you right here. Connie Nelson, the forever Amazon Queen Hippolyta of Wonder Woman, returning Wonder Woman 1984, gives her view to ABC News on returning and her doubt about the movie actually making the August 14 release date. Check it out.
I just love Hippolyta. She's such an incredible character, and I love this whole sisterhood of Amazons, and it's almost like this mythology that it exists within, that is very close to the classical mythology that I've always been in love with. So it's right up my alley for sure. I mean, I don't know about the August deadline there. We can all cross fingers, and I sure hope so. The invention of a remedy against this virus will certainly make everything a lot easier. Everyone is waiting to get back to work as well. We're all waiting to get started on our next projects. So having access to either a vaccine or at least a remedy will be a good thing for us all.
Yeah. So it doesn't really mean doesn't seem like she's really actually doubting us. She's just wondering. There are a lot of circumstances involved with getting Wonder Woman 1984 to actually come out during that time. So Lewis also had a bunch of things to share about Wonder Woman 1984, and this is in regards to that Empire magazine. It's been a few days, and I didn't quite catch this, so I'm gonna, share it with you now. Lewis said this: Patty Jenkins, and Gal Gadot wanted a Wonder Woman 1984 to be bigger than the first one by all means, and wanted to make Wonder Woman a worldwide heroine, not only American, pushing to make Wonder Woman 1984 a global experience as Indiana Jones and James Bond in the 80s with international locations. Well, it's like an adventure. The one example is going back to Themyscira in Wonder Woman 1984, which wasn't the original plan, but Patty Jenkins realized she needed to show a contrast between that world Diana left behind and her current lonely existence in the greedy world of men. They went to Canary Islands this time. And that's interesting to say because I don't think she actually went during her during when she's in the 80s, because we do see young Diana in the movie again, meaning it's like more of a flashback, but I can see how she wanted to contrast that, taking it back to their, as a memory of some sort. So I think that's the case. That's what happened. But she does get this armor from somewhere, so that's interesting. A part of Barbara Minerva's descent, a biggest threat in Wonder Woman 1984 is Maxwell Lord, invested in the idea that greed is good and more is better than enough. A precursor of the Instagram star selling an empty, perfect life, all about fame and fortune, the American dream born in the 80s. That's interesting. Choosing the 80s as Wonder Woman 1984 set was not to use nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia, but a way to identify the evils of our current times in that early era of excess, where they began as an allegory. Patty Jenkins wants us to question ourselves if greed is really good after all. According to Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman 1984 will be heavier with more tragic elements than the first Wonder Woman. One of the elements is the slow transformation, the naive Barbara Minerva in Cheetah, what has a heartbreaking effect in Diana once Barbara teaches her reaches her final form. Barbara Minerva adopts a harder-edged, leather-clad look before its final cheetah transformation. Her looks remain under wraps, although we've kind of seen it through Lego in some leaks. A heartbreaking and a threatening process for Diana, who tries to warn her, making things worse. A tragic falling part of a friendship in Wonder Woman 1984. According to Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman 1984 is a return to big, ambitious, physical movie making of the 80s, mixing action, adventure, and emotion with big stunts and original, fresh, powerful but gracious, sexy fights designed by Cirque du Soleil, pushing the genre to the next level. And I thought that was kind of interesting. So, it's more the 80s adventure and action, possibly some comedy, but a lot of the darker, deeper elements within it. So I think that's kind of fascinating. It kind of screams to me like Aquaman, but a little bit deeper and possibly more political in that sense as well. But I like that there's the tragic falling apart of a friendship. If it's indeed a part and still going to be connected to BVS, then that needs to happen. That needs to happen where she loses her friendship again, like not trusting in man, not trusting especially this man, and possibly something with Steve Trevor as well, right? So I think that's a good sign that this is going to be a lot more, rather than just going back to it in the 80s, like she said, for nostalgia purposes, but it adds to Wonder Woman's character, adds her into her her own transformation to the practically invincible Wonder Woman we see in the BVS, hardened, a character like that. And so I think it's like a journey to get there. So and if that's true, then that's awesome. I think this I'm really looking forward to this. It's one of the the newer DC films in theaters that I'm looking forward to is Wonder Woman 1984. The other one's like The Flash, but very interesting indeed. So, with that being said, let's talk about another DC film that is coming out, and that is The Suicide Squad. According to James Gunn, he's been, kind of interacting with fans about many different things, and, Lewis took snippets of that and put in this tweet here. According to James Gunn, The Suicide Squad has been his favorite project so far. The soundtrack is finished, and he's currently editing. the Suicide Squad during his quarantine. The movie takes place in 2021. So after Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn is one of his favorite characters, and Margot Robbie his hero. Now I want to talk about that. The movie takes place in 2021 thing because I don't have it on my screen, but in the Instagram post when someone asks, "Is this a sequel to Birds of Prey or the Suicide Squad?" He just says the movie is set in the year it's coming out. And for a lot of people are taking that as, oh, it's a sequel. That means it's 2021 because that takes place after the years of. I think he doesn't really say that it's a direct sequel. It's just saying, look, the movie's going to take place. Not really actually caring too much about what's before or what's after. It's his movie, and it's going to take place in the year that it comes out, which is 2021. So I don't really think that actually means he's referring to, like, yes, it's an actual sequel story-wise from to Birds of Prey or Suicide Squad. It's just that his movie's just going to come out in 2021, and he can take whatever he wants from that. But in his mind, it's probably not really going to connect story-wise. We're going to have Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Maybe they'll have some references to David Ayer's film or Birds of Prey. But for the most part, he's like, this is my own movie. It's not like Birds of Prey, pretty much. Not totally connected to a movie from before. And if you didn't watch the movie from before, you wouldn't be totally confused with this movie. What I think is what he was actually just trying to really say about the Suicide Squad, right? So a lot of people are wondering, well, where is Justice League? Now, I did say, these are updated confirmed dates for DC movies that's coming to theaters, right? I didn't mention anything about HBO Max yet. So that Zack Snyder's Justice League is still to be announced. But I want to talk, because we're going to go into Zack Snyder's Justice League a little bit, maybe Man of Steel too. There was this tweet that came out. Ray Fisher had said this, and it says, oh, what a thing it is to see without any context. And I don't know if he provided any context during his live chat over on Saturday. And also, a lot of people in the mentions kind of assume he saw the Snyder Cut. So I figured, I'll throw my hat in there. Maybe he did. But there are so many things he could have seen, like a giant sandwich or something. I mean, it could be really anything. But I felt the need compelled to tell you that, since everybody's assuming he's saw the Snyder Cut. But below his comment, his tweet, was this cool, awesome looking by James Dean Alvaro. Cool looking, very awesome poster, a Zack Snyder's Justice League fan poster that I want to show you now. This is awesome. It's pretty much like the painting in Lex Luthor, upside down, demons in the sky, the devil's in the sky, and you have this part here. So you see, the Justice League members on the bottom, Superman right there in the center, in between, in between there, and then Apocalypse. And so this is Parademons and Steppenwolf. So incredible painting poster. This time I'm gonna remember to actually post a link in the description below, so I'll have this up for you. So check that out. Incredible poster. Good, fantastic job, Alvaro, or at James Dean. So. But something funny, Real Anarchy, John Garza reported this. DC Comics artist pokes fun at Joss Whedon's Justice League. It's too much. In a blink and you miss it moment, DC Comics artist David Williams wanted to emphasize the lighter side of the DC Comics world. But just how does one go about doing so, you ask? By subtly drawing a caricature of the director that attempted to reshoot Zack Snyder's Justice League. Looking at the panels below, you'll notice there's a very familiar looking homeless person lying on the ground. He's wearing what looks to be an Avenger shirt with a sign next to him that reads, "I tried." So he also wanted to reveal that, like, Zack Snyder actually got to see this and chuckled or smiled or something about it. So I thought that was kind of funny to share. But here is the panel here. Superman, you see Superman saving Subway, fighting a robot. Then you see here what pretty much looks like Joss Whedon. And with that I Tried from the movie, I Tried, that homeless guy, Avengers shirt, of course. And, you know, this person here gives Joss Whedon some food. So, yeah. Pretty much kind of taking a stab at Justice League a little bit. And yeah, very much so. So, thank you for that. Next up is Zack Snyder. The other day was Superman's birthday, so Zack Snyder came out and shared on Vero the best, and I call it the best Superman origin film because it really is. Hashtag Man of Steel. So Zack Snyder posted this out. This is my first ever drawings from Man of Steel of Superman in costume. So you have here. I did notice that there's an S on the back of that cape. I guess in the original idea he had the S on the back of the cape. So this is where he has his first flight moment, and yeah, that's awesome. My first ever drawings from Man of Steel. Really cool. I can't wait to see his Flight 2.0. Superman's Flight 2.0 in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, for fun, we are definitely, it's a reminder that tomorrow is the 214 event, and it's essentially because some countries, the day is before the month. So it's 21-4. This is where, I'm going to read it to you again. Throughout most of the world where the date is written day/month, Tuesday marks a relevant date among the Release the Snyder Cut community. The 21st day of the 4th month, we invite everyone to join together in one voice to say we are hashtag Release the Snyder Cut. We are the paying customers, the real-life people, the ones who consume the media and appreciate the art of film. We are the call to arms for ethical practice, for defending creativity, for fighting injustice, and for helping those who are troubled. United, we are one. So we invite you all to help trend hashtag Release the Snyder Cut and add a second hashtag that pertains to you personally. It could be something you like, such as hashtag video games, or it could be what you do as a hashtag teacher, in that sense. And there's some examples here. In a further act of unity and in pursuit of our goals to help those who are troubled, we invite you to submit a small image to be used in a collage that would appear on a t-shirt or a hoodie. The image can be a selfie, such as with some Justice League merchandise, or dressed in cosplay, or even a piece of art you were inspired by Zack Snyder to create. A t-shirt hoodie will be sold through Ink to the People, and all funds raised will go toward AFSP. It will incorporate the message I am hashtag Release the Snyder Cut, and the design will depend on the number of submissions we receive. To submit your image, we've created a Twitter account at RTSC just for this event, which will be shut down once the event has come to its conclusion. Please include your image and the tag We Are RTSC in one of your tweets. Together we will make a difference. So this is the little, this is what Zach had posted a while back. Again, these are your times to start. For me, that would be 4:14 a.m. So I'm definitely doing a Twitter deck tweet for that, or Hootsuite, and these are your times for your particular country or time zone. So thank you, Alessandro, for putting that out. Reminder, tomorrow is the 214 event. Let's have some fun, guys. Hope everyone joins in. I did reach out to at RT Snyder Cut. Hopefully they'll join in at snydercut.com. Who else is there? Anybody you can get, just see if you can get them to hashtag Release the Snyder Cut and put something personal, even put in a picture or something. It's a fun event to get together. One of the things I miss about the November time was that everybody was pretty much united. Everybody, it didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter what group you called yourself, whether it's Power Demons or Film Exiles or RT Snyder Cut or even the 40 Club, or like it didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter which following you were, which part of the group or subgroup or subgroup or whatever. It didn't matter. We were all hashtagging together. We were all training together. We were all in it for Zack, and we were all in it for his film, including the cast and crew of the film as well, and a lot of blue check marks as well. So I like that time. That time was awesome. That time was like, it didn't matter who you were, didn't matter what you did before. As long as you're supporting Release the Snyder Cut movement, you were welcome. And I like to see that every time we do events like this. You're definitely welcome, and please join in. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.